So episode 4 came out last Thursday. So we're getting ready for episode 5, which comes out tomorrow as of recording this episode. And I waited to see it because I wanted it to be fresh in my head. And I was like, part of me is like, damn, I should not have waited.
Yeah,
but then part of me is like, because I kind of wish I saw it like 2 or 3 times, because this episode, holy crap, talk about dark and deep.
Yeah, it was so much going on. I mean, it was very adult, very, just full of stuff. Oh, it was so much.
Yeah, it was definitely that. You seen that meme going around with the guy? He's like, emotional damage. That's his whole episode. That's his whole episode is that, that meme. Because
I understand why they released it like right away. Like, so it took all this time for us to watch the first 3, and 4 was almost like a continuation of those first 3. You really need to see that right after seeing that third one, because I saw 4 twice, and man, his father is something else. His dad is something. That white dragon, woo.
Man. They teased the costume. The costume was a little messed up.
Yeah, no, it was very messed up.
Yeah, kind of like very KKK-esque. Yep. And I didn't. That's why I'm like, shit. I wish I would have saw it earlier, because I wanted to look things up, and I wanted to see, is the white dragon like really actually a comic book character? Yeah, or was it actually what they're portraying it to be, or was it something new, or something just like that? But oh boy, because I really don't know much about Peacemaker. I really don't know anything about Peacemaker, which James Gunn is great at doing that. He's like, oh, here's this character that you have no idea about. Let's make him a star, and he's good at that. He's really, really good at that, because
it's right up his alley. He has so much freedom to do whatever he wants to do, and that he is so creative, and that's part of the appeal.
Yeah, and the more I episode 4, I'm really, really digging John Cena. I still think he's not a good actor, but this one is definitely showing people that, like, maybe, maybe.
Oh wow! But it is a comic book.
Does it look like the character in his costume?
Yeah, it does look at his costume. Take it for reference from the Ku Klux Klan. Neo-Nazi. He's the original one's a neo-Nazi from the Aryan Empire. Wow. And it's part of Suicide Squad, the original Suicide Squad. Enemy of Hawkman. Wow. So much fun right then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm looking up some of these pictures, and woo boy.
Yeah. This is something.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Be careful Googling that, guys.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, this episode got so freaking dark.
And can you believe that we're going to send Vigilante in to kill his father?
Dude, she's hardcore.
I mean, what the heck?
Leota. And they can't, that's why I'm like, what's her name? Because they never call her Leo. They always call her what's it?
What's her name?
Adebayo. Adebayo, yeah. They always they call everyone by their last name.
Yeah.
Like Harcourt, Adebayo, stuff like that. So,
or you could just call her Waller.
And when that hits the fan, that's gonna be super, super, super good. But man, so I also read that this show, Peacemaker, is the best show HBO Max. Oh, sorry, I got weird. There we go. Yeah, it was man, hold on. I'm getting like the echo really bad. Test. All right. Yeah, it was HBO's #1 streamed show so far. HBO Max. So and they got some big stuff.
Well, even more than the Black Widow.
Well, no, that was an HBO Max.
Okay.
Black Widow was Disney Plus. So, but Peacemaker is the best show on HBO Max, like with numbers wise at least. So, or it's the best streaming thing that they got, which I don't think HBO Max has anything close to how good this is. You know, I'm trying to think of what else they have, and
yeah, I can't even think of what else they had this. I mean,
they had some good shows. I like Close Enough was really good, like a cartoon and stuff like that. I guess they had Snyder Cut, but it wasn't a TV show.
What about though? They had what's that movie called? With the spice.
Oh, Dune.
Dune. Yeah, they had Dune.
Yeah. See, I don't know if they're counting movies with it or just TV shows.
Okay.
You know,
but TV shows, and I understand. Like, you know, that's Euphoria or there's not a lot of TV shows on HBO Max anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, around the NFL.
Oh yeah. Here goes. HBO Peacemaker is the biggest streaming series in the world. That's what it says. Holy shit. That's the Business Insider.
And I watched it. And I mean, it's really good. It's better than Batman. It's doing a good job developing their characters. We thought Peacemaker was just a douchebag, and you see so much more to him. You know, and we did not see in Suicide Squad, and I that's something I'm enjoying. You know, all of them are like that. You know, Harcourt, I see more that. I love Judo Master.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cool. Spoiler. Yeah. He was cool. And then, but yeah, I'm looking here. Peacemaker is the as of January 22nd, it is the most in-demand streaming series in the world. It surpassed The Witcher and Book of Boba Fett.
Wow.
So, yeah. So when it comes to streaming series, it's #1. And it's only 4 episodes in.
That's until Stranger Things comes out, because Stranger Things is going to blow everything out the water.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody and their mom going to want to watch it. We want to get you to watch it too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna watch it for sure. But
all right,
how much more do you like? What?
I want to ask about these characters. What do you feel about Mern?
By the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Well, you find out, spoiler, he's a butterfly. Yep. And I still don't know what butterflies are. Like, I get it's a butterfly in your head, but like why? Who? You know, so
alien. And why would you say the butterfly after a butterfly?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be like super, super interesting. But I kind of want a little bit to know more of his past, because even like I think episode like 2, I think, or even like in 1, Peacemaker tells Leota that like oh, I don't trust Mern, you know, like he's done some really messed up stuff, you know, and I don't trust him. So it was kind of like a little interesting, because he said the same thing about Peacemaker. He's like, oh, I don't trust him, you know, but I think Leota was kind of leaning more towards with Peacemaker, not trusting Mern's. But yeah, it was definitely I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Whoa, Mern, really? He's the one?
Yeah.
And then Harcourt, I like Harcourt, obviously. I mean, she's made to make you like her, you know, her heart being hard, but still having that something else in her, that she's being guarded, that she has a past, you know, that's cool. Everyone likes Adebayo because that's her secret powers, that she gets people to like her, and everyone will follow her order immediately, no matter what. As with Vigilante, followed all to go kill Augie immediately, just like, oh well, she said it, I'm gonna go do it. And I thought that was pretty awesome. You start seeing that she does have that power to manipulate. She's very much like Waller.
Yeah. I mean, Waller does it out of fear, and she does it out of not like sympathy almost. You know what I mean? Like she made Vigilante feel sorry, which Vigilante already, not in like a sexual way or anything, but he like loves and sees like Peacemaker almost like a brother, like family, like like right from the beginning, it was this like they had a very like brotherly bond. He's like, oh, look around, it's me. He's like, oh no, you're gonna show me your dick. I feel like that's something like you see in movies with brothers being stupid with each other. So they I think he cares for him, especially like knowing that his dad's a piece of shit. And it's like
when she shared about how much what they did to him as
yeah.
a kid. When we saw those flashbacks of what they did to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I still want to know. I'm like, by the end of this episode is when I'm like, okay, John Cena, like you got some acting chops. Like if you could force yourself to cry, we're in business. But he's very like old school, like 80s kind of the guys you would see in the 80s movies, like very goofy. He's dancing all stupid, but he's like it's very emotional for him, and it was just a weird thing, and you just forget, like, yeah, James Gunn's really good at that. Like here's something that's very meaningful, but I'm gonna do it in a very silly way where like you're not sure if you should be laughing or crying. Yeah. And James Gunn is awesome at that. So yeah.
So many things in this episode, even when him getting the rest of his helmets, that was interesting.
They explained the room.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. But now it's like
is a pocket dimension. You were right. Remember you were talking about that?
Yeah.
They explained that pocket dimension. You were 100% right. I was wrong. That was awesome.
Yeah. But also it's like now I'm more like, is his dad really, really smart and does this, or like it's just like his dad doesn't seem like the kind of person that would do this kind of stuff, especially make stuff for him. And it was like, so I was like, I still feel like there's something else. There's like another person or group that is behind that, because he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would like, oh, I know how to make a pocket dimension. I was like, do you? Like, yeah.
But it'll make sense if he was the White Dragon and there was a Suicide Squad before them, and then the person who headed that was so much smarter and more like
old.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that. I mean, even like they framed the dad. I mean, there could be a connection between what's his name? What's his name? The nerdy guy.
John Economos.
Yeah. Between him and his dad, it's like, does he have some kind of connection? Because it seems like there's a lot of connections in this one, like
why would he just choose his dad? Like,
come
on, he's a genius. Why would he choose that? Like, he has ulterior motives for that.
Yeah. So especially like he even said it like in the show when what was it? Leota, what was her last name? Adebayo. When Adebayo said something and he's like, yeah, this is Black Ops, secret. There's a lot of secrets. And he just flat out said it. So I'm like, there's going to be so many layers of secrets and who does what and who knows who and this and that and stuff like that. So,
and then why they chose these people for this specific mission. There's a reason for each person. And we're going to see that through each episode. So I thought that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just episode 4, and I'm like, I am so invested into this series. It's just so well done. I love Vigilante. I really, really do. As psychopath and crazy as he is, um, he he's almost like, oh, I do the good thing no matter what I do. It's kind of like what Peacemaker says. That whole thing is like, and the same thing is like he goes, so
no matter if I kill a man, woman, and child.
Yeah. So, but
I
just like how many?
He's very charming. That's what he is. He's very charming, and you should know that, especially from what he did in wrestling. How he took wrestling by storm. And no one really wanted him to be great, and he is still that great. He has that about him that you want to you want to vote for him. You want to cheer him on, and that's why he works so well with Adebayo. And this is just interesting. I mean, is someone going to kill Augie? How's Peacemaker going to deal with his dad being dead? How will what if it's not Mern, but Hardcore? What if Hardcore's the one and she does it because it's like the last choice? How does that affect their relationship?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that they could go with, so many levels they could go with this, and I think that's what makes this such a good episode. And the show knows what it is. We just talked about Book of Boba, but you forgot who you were for a little bit. This show knows who it is, and it doesn't try to be anything else but who it is, and I love that about
it. Yeah. But I was like, for me, it's like, how many times and how many people are gonna say your dad's a racist piece of shit? Like Adebayo was just like, he's the worst man to walk on the planet. It's like, how many people are gonna tell you that before? And I think he understands that because they had that conversation with Vigilante in the car, and he's like, he's like, oh, your dad sucks. He goes like, yeah, I know he sucks. I know he's racist. He's like, well, kill him. He's like, I can't kill my dad. He's like, why not? He's like, well, I still love him. I was like, and I don't think Vigilante he didn't understand that. He's like, well, he's a bad person, and we kill bad people. Therefore, he should die.
And then Vigilante already killed his parents, so it didn't bother him. So it's like, whatever. He's crazy, so it doesn't matter. But John Cena obviously is very emotional. When he's connected to someone emotionally, it really drives him more than anything. These connections. These connections are almost like who he is. And I think that's really interesting and really good.
Yeah. But I mean, well, what did you think about when he went back to his house and pulled out the butterfly after he said he blew it up? He shot it. What did that like? What do you think about that?
But that kind of says what he is. He's not a hero. He's not a villain, but he takes his own stuff. Like, I mean, I think it also says that he doesn't trust everybody.
Yeah.
He's very afraid to trust any. If they don't trust him, why would he trust them? And which makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. I think also, I think he wants to get to the bottom of it. Like, no one's answering these questions, and I think, was it in the beginning of this episode where Mern, whatever, asked him, he goes, are you in it? He goes, listen, I don't mind killing a child as long as I know why I'm killing them. You know what I mean? Which I also, you kind of question that, like, do you really kill a child, after what happened? But also it's kind of like, hey, you need to tell me, like, and it's just a lot of secrets, and I think he wants to figure it out.
I think tomorrow's episode is going to be huge, all type of reveals, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, episode 5 is going to be super good.
As soon as it comes out, I'm going to be sitting there watching it in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to just do a quick episode of just episode 5, I'm down. We could do that like over the weekend or something like that. Just to get that out of the way.
It's like,
I don't know, maybe
25 minutes. Let's get it in.
Yeah, but dude, this whole series, it's just, James Gunn is so good, man. He's just, he knows how to make characters more, like I don't know.
It's so entertaining. I really enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah.
So
it's super fun.
It's a super now. This is a definite now. Every episode is what's wrong with you? What have you watched it already?
Yeah. I'm not waiting. I waited to episode 4. I'm like, I'm gonna wait so it's fresh in my head. I'm like, nah. Episode 5, I'll watch it and then I'll probably watch it again before the show. Just because I want to look things up. And I was like, shit, I wish I had more time to like really look things up, And for sure, I'm watching this thing probably sometime tomorrow. Yeah. So, and my girlfriend doesn't like John Cena, so she doesn't watch this one with me. So I can watch it like whenever, right away. I don't have to wait for her, or she doesn't have to wait for me, vice versa. But
I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be watched right there. Just let you know.
Yeah. It's so good, man. And still, that opening credit, the opening scene, the stupid dance, it gets me every single time. It's so good, so stupid because everyone has like a dead face. You know what I mean? Like everyone has just a regular plain face. No one's smiling or making anything, and they're dancing. Oh, it's it's so good. Like here he's smiling, but in the actual thing, he doesn't smile.
That's awesome.
It's yeah.
But I do like the Mern twist. I can't wait to see what tomorrow what's going to happen with that.
Because Adebayo, she's starting to figure it out. She's starting to like connect pieces and So I'm really, really, really curious, with everything what's going to go on, because now it's like this whole butterfly thing is like suspected butterflies at the end of episode 3, and they're like all over the world, like everywhere. What does that mean?
So, is it an invasion? Are they the original people that are here? What is it? What is going on? Is this like how in Marvel, how Secret Wars is that like this? I mean, what is going on?
And then what's the
I don't know.
And then what was it? Judo Master. Right before he got shot, he was like, oh, you don't understand it, bam. So it was like, shit, does Adebayo know something that she's hiding? Like, is she playing the long con like all along? So
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, does she know what butterflies are? And she's working with Waller like double undercover kind of thing, and faking the whole like, I never killed anybody. Well, she's like just as hardcore killer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just saying these things. She's saying these things about Peacemaker's father, not realizing we all think she's saying it because that's her mother is, but it might just be no, that's just him, not my family. We know who we are,
right? Yeah. But definitely, this one's a thumbs up right here. It was really, really good show. Really good show. Super good episode. Episode 4, and I'm just nine episodes was it?
Yep.
So five more episodes. This is the opposite of Book of Boba, where Book of Boba is like, you have a lot to do in 40 minutes. Here is like they still have a lot to say.
Taking anywhere they want to go. I love it.
And knowing James Gunn, he'll take it crazy. Also real quick before we move on was they brought up Batman. Batman. What do you think about that one with the neighbor?
I want to hear more of it because this is a DC, and this is a chance to really bring these things together. So it's like Suicide Squad 2 could be really, really epic. This would be a really good chance to do these things. I hope they take advantage of this opportunity because it's very rare that DC has an opportunity to do something more than Marvel, and this is their opportunity to do it right now.
I feel besides Loki, Marvel can't mess with bad guys that much just because they're meant to be bad, so they got to be bad. Loki, he's mischief, so you're able to do that. DC, they're able to get like, all right, here's the good guys that don't kill and they're goody goodies, but then here's the bad guys that are bonkers.
Yep. We'll kill everybody.
Yeah. But I like the whole thing with the Batman. It was like he's like, yeah, Batman doesn't kill. He goes, yeah, because Batman's a good guy. He goes, oh, really? How many people did Batman indirectly kill because he decided not to kill the Joker? It's like he decided not to kill the bad guys, which is a legit criticism that a lot of people.
That's a really good thing to say. I mean, that makes so much sense. And how many people got moved out of the hospital before the Joker blew it up? They had to be, evacuated. They could have died because they were on life support. All those things. Could have killed them every single time. Could shot him in the head. Game over.
Yeah. That's why I really want to see a legit version of the Dark Knight Returns, like the Frank Miller storyline. Where he kills the Joker and then Superman goes after him. They kind of did the Batman v Superman thing, which was kind of, but like I want to see a real version of that comic book because that would be epic.
When Batman is a real sociopath and he has no conscience and he makes he justifies everything he does. That would be
like Injustice.
Exactly.
Have you seen the? Yeah. Well, it's going a little off topic here. But have you seen? Well, I guess it's DC. There's a new, fairly new animated cartoon. And it's based off the Injustice stuff. So it's where Superman gets a little, injustice-y and starts to kill a lot of people. Him and Wonder Woman like kind of go on a war rampage and everyone bad dies. Yeah, it's fairly new. I think the last couple months ish. I think it came out in November, maybe. I seen it. It's an animated, so it's like an hour 15 maybe ish. It was good. But if you know the Injustice story, it was just the Injustice story done. But it's always cool seeing that version of Superman go all out like the way he does in Injustice. And if you play the video game, it's that storyline.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's that storyline. Okay, so yeah, so those that's always a fun one to watch. But yeah, I'm down with that. If they want to go hardcore, crazy Batman, let's do it.
Well, we don't know what Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be either. So I mean, that could be the way that DC's going to go.
Yeah. I don't know. DC needs to figure their life out right now. I mean, if you ask me, you need James Gunn to kind of maybe not be the Kevin Feige of it, but have him point in a direction because they went with Zack Snyder. I never really cared for Zack Snyder. I mean, unless he was ripping off a comic book, like page for page, like 300.
Yep,
he doesn't really do it for me. Like.
I feel like DC comics are so good. So
yeah,
it should have been fine because the comic book tells you the way, shows you the way. All you have to do is just repeat what the comic book is already doing. There's amazing storyline, has the best characters, has everything, and they still can't get it right. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. They just need to figure it out. And Peacemaker, the last Suicide Squad, I think that's the way to go. Just take James Gunn's thing. Don't go all super dark like Zack Snyder likes to do with everything. It's like, and here's where Superman kills him. I'm like, why? So, I don't like that. It's like the good guys need to stay good. What happened?
Zack Snyder's too long-winded for me. He tries to make all these twists and turns when you don't need to. Did you read the comic book? Are you even interested in comic books? It was already done. Just follow. It tells you the story. It has the blueprint. Follow it, man. Come on. That's all bad.
Yeah. He makes it look good. Just story needs to be better. But yeah, man, that's it for Peacemaker. Next episode 5 comes out tomorrow. As of recording this, comes out on the 27th. So, we'll maybe we'll do an episode during the week randomly, maybe not. But for sure, you know, if we don't do it, we'll do it next Wednesday for sure.